Okay. Good flippin'
Gotta relax.
morning. Good morning, y'all. Morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning. I hope it's as good for you as it is for me.
I like it.
So, what I would like to talk to y'all about today is willpower. Okay? So willpower, what is it? How do you grow it? What makes it worse? What makes it better? What makes it strong? What makes it weak? The easiest way to summary of all of those questions is simply willpower is a muscle. It's a muscle. And the more you use it,
I like it.
the stronger it gets. If you use it in the right way, if you exercise it in the right way. The other side of it is just like a muscle, the more you exercise it, for that moment, you're going to be more tired. Like it's going to tire that particular muscle, right? You go to the gym, you work out, you lift some heavy weights, your arms get tired and sore. That's how willpower is as well, right? That's just how it is. The more shit you've got to go through in the day, the more decisions you need to make, the more you have to make decisions and use your willpower to do the right thing, to avoid the wrong thing, whatever. The more tired you're going to get. Now, there are two types of motivations. Now, I probably should make a video. I think I might have already made a video on this, but there are two types of motivations, right? There's I might close this window. Why didn't I think of that before? It'd be a bit quieter in here. You've got your away from motivations. Now, your away from motivations are things that you're trying to avoid, you're trying to get away from. And that's like the intention, that's like the place it's coming from. It's all about getting away from something. So an example of that might be trying to avoid a type of food. Me, I'm a sucker for the old eclair. Love them. Absolutely love a good eclair. A profiterole, whatever it might be, right? So I'm driving past bakeries all the time and I'm just looking at them going, oh, yum, yum. And I'm all about it. I'm all about them. But I've got to be like, no, Chris, don't do that. Bad, Chris. Bad. You shouldn't be getting that. It's not good for you, and you're eating it for no reason. It's not like it's like you've just done something really good and you're going to celebrate or anything. It's just cake for cake's sake, right? Now, I give in all the time, but it's an example of an away from. Towards, this is where it gets interesting. Towards could be little things simple as like, I don't know, I'm going to... Alright. A common one will be the gym. So, I don't know if you guys know this about muscles, but if you're trying to actually bulk up and look ripped, like to oversimplify the process, you don't start building massive muscle growth, whatever, until it starts to hurt. Once it starts to hurt, once you feel that pain because your muscles are literally getting ripped and torn, and then they'll regrow like stronger, they'll grow with more muscle mass. Once you feel that pain, the burn, that's when you're starting to bulk up, right? And you can go into that. You can be like, all right, I'm doing these exercises. They're not doing anything until I feel the burn. Obviously, yes, there are other things like you can get muscle definition. You can get small twitch fibers or whatever it is. I can't remember the terminology, but you can actually have smaller muscles that are stronger than bulky muscles that are built up really quickly, right? By doing smaller weights and more of them. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about bulking up, right? So if that was your intention, just to bulk up, The minute you start feeling the burn, you can be like, one more, let's do this, one more, let's get one more in. And like push past that pain barrier and just do it, right? Just do it. Don't think about it, just keep going. And every time you pump that iron, man, you're gonna be like, all right, oh, which way do you want me to go? Left. Each time you pump it and it hurts, you're like, yes, I'm getting the results that I want. I'm moving towards that result. But the difference is that you can stop at any time, right? And when you stop, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel better if you push through it, right? That's completely different to my eclair situation, where I'm constantly thinking about eclairs, and the only way for me to stop thinking about eclairs is to give in, like, and be weak with my willpower, and give in and have the freaking eclair or profiterole, right? So that's the difference between a towards and away. Another one, which is a really excellent exercise for you guys to do for your willpower, if you're so inclined, is the old cold shower. There's two ways to do this. One is to have your shower, finish washing yourself, and then just shut off the hot water and just stand there in the cold water in the discomfort. And the other one is just to step into a cold shower and just wash yourself while you're in a cold shower. Like, what you do is the minute you hit that cold water hits you, you take a deep breath, you focus in on your body, start focusing in on your how it feels and all that sort of stuff. Where is the skin cold the most? Is there any parts of you that are still warm? Is there tingling on your skin? You get really like, what do they call that? Mindfulness meditation sort of thing. And you just jump in and do it. What you'll notice is the more you think about it and think about how shit the cold water is going to be and blah, 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 think and think and think, it's going to require more and more energy, more and more willpower. You need the willpower to overcome those thoughts, right? So it's better just to do the thing before your mind has a chance to get in there, and then that's a really, really, really excellent exercise. I do it once a month. If I did it once a week, I'd be a freaking machine, right? But I don't, because I'm weak. Especially right now, I've sort of got the flu. I don't think it'd be good for me to do that. So that's that. That's how you can actually. Ooh, nearly had a bingle, you silly duffers. You silly woman. Yeah. So there's that. That's the exercises. Anyway, that's a couple of exercises. Have a think about ones that you can do for yourself. Like, what ones can you try to exercise that willpower, right? So that's exercise. That's moving towards and away. I think I discussed, so the next thing to talk about is how you get tired. Your willpower can get used up, right? The more you have to use it, even if it's an exercise to make you stronger, the tireder your willpower is going to be afterwards. And if you use it up too much, then you're not going to have enough strength to use your willpower later down the track. You might become more irritable because you don't have any energy left. You have nothing more to give, right? Because you've expended your willpower early on, and now you've got a situation that you have to deal with. You have to think about. You have to make a decision. Willpower is all about making decisions as well, figuring out, and committing to a decision, right? So that's hard. I have this theory that maybe people with a lot of anxiety, I've just been toying with it for the last day or two, that maybe people with anxiety conditions, strong anxiety conditions, have, I feel like they use up all their willpower maybe. They have no more to give, and so they can feel overwhelmed very quickly because they've used up all their willpower, right? And so when you're physically exhausted, when you're mentally exhausted because you've had to fight off all these thoughts and these feelings and dealing with these physical things, blah blah blah. So anyway, you get the idea. How do you avoid that, right? One is automation, basically, is setting up systems that, first of all, is elimination. Eliminate things that that you don't need to think about, right? Which is very linked in with automation as well. Don't be in situations where you have to think and make decisions all the time. Famously, what's that Apple guy? Not this Apple guy playing on the speakers. The Apple... Oh my God, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was famous for wearing the same clothes every day. And he said the less decisions he makes, the more mental space he has to think things through. So not saying you have to wear the same clothes every day, but maybe making all your meals for the week, for work, at the start of the week and just freezing them or something. And then you don't have to think about, and your dinner and everything. You don't have to think about dinner and lunch and all this sort of stuff. You don't have to make that mental decision. You just grab it and leave, right? That's one less thought that you had to go through, one less process your mind has had to do, right? So yeah, that's one way. I mean, you can think of heaps. The clothes you wear could be one. Next, and also, what do you call, say you're going to the gym, have your gym clothes ready. Like, the best possible thing you can do to keep yourself motivated going to the gym, like one of the things in terms of from a willpower perspective, is to simply have your gym clothes in your car at all times, so you can just go to the gym, right? Don't don't make a situation where you have to get home, pack your gym clothes, or find your gym clothes because they're still in the washing machine, or they're on your floor, or they're not clean, so you got to wash them. Make it as easy as possible for you to just grab your shit and get to the gym and start lifting weights, right? Or whatever it is that you're doing, right? Go make it, eliminate that thing by setting things up before. One last thing might be, if you're doing something creative, or you're doing if you've got an office job or something, have your desk and your space clear and ready to go. Don't have it, don't make it so you have to look for your equipment, your paintbrushes, your paper, your flash drives, whatever it is that you need to do your thing. Don't make it as easy as possible, so you don't need to do all that. You don't need that thought process, and you don't have that stress and frustration of, where the heck is all my stuff? I just can't be bothered. Which is the same with the gym. I can't find my clothes, so I can't be bothered. And then you get to the gym and you're working out, right? And then you've got less willpower to start with, so you're actually going to do less work at the gym. It's a thing, like, it's easier to push through when you actually have more willpower. You can actually use your willpower to push yourself to do that one more rep, or run for an extra 5 minutes, or whatever it is that you're doing. You can use your willpower. You've got that reserve. And the final thing is automation. So Really good example of automation is brushing your teeth. You don't think about it. It's automatic. You just do it, you know. Having, having breakfast in the morning is another kind of example of automation. Some people don't have breakfast. That's fine. That's whatever. But a lot of people, it's a habit. They wake up, they grab their food that they probably have every day, and they eat it, right? And then they move on with their day. They don't think about it. They're not like, I wonder if I should have breakfast this morning. No, you just do it. I wonder if I should brush my teeth. I wonder if I should put deodorant on. I wonder if I should put my shirt on. No, you don't think. You just do it. It's automatic. It's very similar to the first point of elimination, but it's slightly different. So these are things that you can do to A, build up your willpower, B, not use up your willpower, and C, allow you to have more willpower in reserve so that you can utilize it when necessary. The other thing is you'll, contrary to like common sense, I guess, or whatever, or what you'd think, is you actually can sleep better when you haven't used up all your willpower, because your brain feels like it should be doing something, or it should do this, but it just can't think straight. You know, when we've had a busy day, sometimes our mind is racing because we've just used up all our willpower. I guess willpower is another word for just thoughts and effort, mental effort, I guess. Willpower, mind power, whatever you want to call it, right? So, yeah, that's that. So, have a think about that. I'd love to hear your little willpower stories, what you think about willpower and blah, blah, blah. And also have a great day. By the way, saying these videos is a lot of willpower because I have to think through everything beforehand. I then have to remember everything afterhand. And then I have to, re-record the videos if I've left something out or whatever it may be. Gotta relax. Human music. I like it. Have a great day, guys.
Human music. I like it.